properly, all that good that has happened to be able to make these schools strong and worthwhile is for naught, frankly, because these children don't have that ability, and this becomes one of those things that prevents them from being successful there. This is not unique. Maryland is behind the curve on this. There are 20 to 22 other states that have implemented or are in the process of implementing such curriculum in their schools under the recognition that we need to be able to give these children those tools. This is a basic building block to make sure that children are successful, and there are numerous evidence-supported programs which have indicated that such programs can be successful and children will receive the education necessary with such curriculum, which frankly can actually be incorporated into other existing curricula within the schools. There are some great evidence-supported programs used throughout the country which have been proven successful and have the expertise to be able to show what we can do in Maryland as well. I thank the committee for the time tonight.
Thank you very much. I have Ron Harvey.
Yes. Yeah, who I am is not as important as who this young man here. This is my son, Devon. You know, his story is the top story in Channel 9 News tonight at 8 p.m. It's the most important news story, yet it's not the most important bill or piece of legislature that we have. We keep the kids out of the news. I think it's more impacting, and I think you'll agree today, to have to look him in the face and know what happened to him. This issue is out of sight and out of mind. That's why we're behind the 8 ball. That's why things are not done. How important is the topic? And why is there no one else here to defend themselves or defend this kind of bill? No, you would not find a Katrina victim in the middle of their tragedy here testifying. That's where all the victims are at tonight. They're taking care of their tragedy in the middle of it. On November 3rd and November 10th, Devon's educational assistant came to our home while we were at church and had sex with him. This began in the classroom, though. She was alone with him in the class. She shut the doors, locked the doors, closed the blinds. People saw it, people talked to her, but no one spoke up because they are not educated about what to do, and there's not enough consequences for not reporting things. Devon was not educated enough to know the difference between the flirting and when conversations turned sexual as they gradually progressed in the classroom and then after school. That led to cyber sex on video chat at late night. The lack of education kept the staff, it kept the students from knowing what to do or how to handle what they were seeing, because we're not preparing them. We're sweeping it under the carpet. We're keeping the faces that are the victims out of the news, so it's out of sight, out of mind. What is the impact of not passing this bill that cost you no money? This event has destabilized my son emotionally, physically, leaving him depressed, passive-aggressive, and unmotivated. I have 1 year experience in child abuse, and I'm an expert. We don't need the studies to say that they get bad grades. He went from a B to a B, C average to an F average this year. It's a full-time job just to get him to be motivated enough to do his work. He's lied about at school, lied to at school, called a liar for speaking up. Then all his reactions to his abuse are met with the firmest of discipline and consequences for needing additional breaks. See, we're not talking about a horny 16-year-old. We're talking about a special needs child who has brain damage from meningitis, who is also a horny 16-year-old. He's told to obey teachers. He's told to obey policemen. He's told to trust them. And yet not one apology by one person to him for what happened to him. Not one person held accountable. Only is he held accountable for his reactions, because there's a lack of education in our educational system. The answer to helping him with his grades at the school is go to your teachers at lunch, in their classroom, just the two of you, and get your tutoring after being abused in the classroom alone. Go to school with your teacher. Trust them, even though no one has fessed up or been held accountable. The support we have gotten has come from hundreds of hours of lobbying, advocating, demanding, screaming, literally begging. This bill is only the beginning of what is needed to protect our children. Whether you mandate educating them or not, the lack of legislature is already educating them. That no one cares. They put it at the end. It's the top news story, but the last item to be dealt with. Today, I hope you will need no more prompting to put this bill through, and also have a higher focus on other bills that address this topic. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Lisa Jordan.
Thank you, Madam Chair, members of the committee.